Welcome to the Parlay Gang, sports gambling made easy. I'm your host Ife here to bring you week 17 of the NFL slate. We're doing it a little differently this week with it being Christmas and the New Year's. Instead of giving y'all a full episode, we're just gonna keep it nice and simple. We're gonna give y'all our best bets for the week 17 NFL slate. So, off the rip for me, my first NFL best bet. This game's taking place on Christmas. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs heads up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you know from previous episodes, I always say you want to take Mike Tomlin as an underdog, but I do not like the way Russell Wilson has been performing lately. He seems to be regressing just a little bit. That could change with George Pickens being back. But I'm gonna keep it nice and simple. I like what Hollywood Brown brings to that Chiefs offense, and I think the defense is trending up. So I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Give me the Chiefs heads up against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Christmas Day.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Vic, Mr. Motivation here. 1/3 of the Parlay Gang, here to give you my top 5 best bets of the week. Happy holidays. Hope everyone have a blessing, wonderful Christmas coming up here tomorrow. But we are here to give you our top 5 best bets of the week. And I am Vic, again, 1/3 of the Parlay Gang. We're going to give you our top 2 best bets of the week on this Christmas slate. And these teams they're both tired. They're both a little banged up. But it's still going to be some great football to watch because they just played on Saturday, and now they have to come back off a 3 days rest and give us a show on Christmas Day. So here we go. I really like this first game is tough, but I am going to take the Kansas City Chiefs straight up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers are banged up on the back end. And this is actually a good time, actually the right time, because the Kansas City Chiefs they are getting some weapons back. They just got their receiver back, Brown, that came over, not transferred, came over from the Arizona Cardinals this past season. He's been out, I believe, with a shoulder injury, so he's been able to be in shape. He looked pretty solid last week, but he's had a upper body injury, so. He's back, which gives which gives more options. D-Hop a chance to get more open and really to pick on some of these younger DBs that haven't seen a lot of reps. So I like the Kansas City Chiefs straight up, but there's one thing that you can't do. You cannot count out Mike Tomlin. This is the 3rd week in a row that he's been an underdog in a sense, and fading him last week and the week before last. So he's not going to lose too many more of these games, but I do like the Steelers to be very, very competitive, but I don't see that back end holding up too much against the Kansas City Chiefs offense. On top of that, the Steelers, receiving game, Pickens is still hurt. The hamstring injury, he's gonna try and give it a 3-week comeback, and typically more so like around 4 weeks. But give me the Kansas City Chiefs straight up.
Yo, it's T.O., 1/3 of the Parlay Gang, here to bring you my best NFL best for week 17. First, I got the Chiefs heads up versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. We all know the Chiefs got the best record in the league right now. They still hot, still rolling. Steelers just got smoked by the Baltimore Ravens last week. I expect the Chiefs to at least win by at least 3 points.
My second NFL best bet. I was really torn with this one, but with Tank Dell getting hurt, I'm going to have to roll with the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to buy them down to -4 against the Houston Texans playing at home. It's going to be a tough matchup. It always is with these two. CJ Stroud has just been hitting that sophomore slump, and then the Houston Texans offensive line is just not that very good. And that's the reason CJ Stroud numbers have been down this year with his sophomore year in the NFL. I think the Baltimore Ravens pass rush and that D-line is going to be too much for the Houston Texans. And I don't see them being able to successfully run the ball. Joe Mixon hasn't rushed for over 50 yards in like the last 3 games. They're going to have to really go to Nico Collins for a lot of their explosive plays unless Joe Mechie pops up. and Dalton Schultz at that tight end position. I can see him getting a lot of targets as well. But yeah, I'm going with the Ravens minus the 4 for my second NFL best bet.
Yo, 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 what's good? It's your boy Vic, Mr. Motivation here. 1/3 of the Parlay Gang, here to give you my top 5 best bets of the week. Happy holidays. Hope everyone have a blessing, wonderful Christmas coming up here tomorrow. But we are here to give you our top 5 best bets of the week. And I am Vic, again, 1/3 of the Parlay Gang. So we're going to start it off just straight and direct. We're going to jump right into it. We're gonna give you our top 2 best bets of the week on this Christmas slate. And these teams they're both tired. They're both a little banged up. But it's still gonna be some great football to watch because they just played on Saturday and now they have to come back off of 3 days rest and give us a show on Christmas Day. So here we go. I really like. Man, this first game is tough, but I am going to take the Kansas City Chiefs straight up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers are banged up on the back end. And this is actually a good time, actually the right time, because the Kansas City Chiefs they are getting some weapons back. They just got their receiver back, Brown, that came over from the Arizona Cardinals. This past season, he's been out, I believe, with a shoulder injury. So he's been able to be in shape. He looked pretty solid last week, but he's had a upper body injury. So he's back, which gives which gives more options. D-Hop a chance to get more open and really to pick on some of these younger DBs that haven't seen a lot of reps. So I like the Kansas City Chiefs straight up, but there's one thing that you can't do. You cannot count out Mike Tomlin. This is the 3rd week in a row that he's been an underdog in a sense, and fading him last week and the week before last. So he's not going to lose too many more of these games, but I do like the Steelers to be very, very competitive. But I don't see that back end holding up too much against the Kansas City Chiefs offense. On top of that, the Steelers, receiving game, Pickens is still hurt. The hamstring injury, he's gonna try and give it a 3-week comeback, and typically more so like around 4 weeks. But give me the Kansas City Chiefs straight up. My second best bet of the week on the second game. It's a short week. The Houston Texans are coming off of, Tank Dell getting hurt, dislocated his knee and towards ACL. Prayers up to him and his family. But just give me the Baltimore Ravens in this game. Give me the Baltimore Ravens with a +3. I do expect with the -3, which is basically give me their favorite. So give me the Baltimore Ravens at -3 against the Houston Texans. The Ravens are coming off of, a really, really good game, but they're going down to Houston. Houston's going to be crazy. It's going to be Christmas. But I definitely expect the Ravens to come out locked in and focused because they're hitting their stride at the right time, and that defense is tightening up. And that's what I really, really enjoyed about watching them play over the weekend. They were my best bet of the week last week, and they're my best bet, one of my best bets of the week this week. So give me the Baltimore Ravens at -3 against the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans will come back and fight strong, but I definitely feel like that Ravens offense is going to be too much for them, and also that defense is catching their stride at the right time, and they're not committing as many penalties and not committing as many turnovers. They're getting a lot more turnovers. So give me the Baltimore Ravens at -3. That was my top 2 best bets of the week on the Christmas Day slate.
Next, I got the Bengals heads up versus the Broncos. This could be a tough one because the Broncos do got a respectable defense, but the Bengals is clicking right now. Their last 3 games, they don't won, and so they piping high right now. So I expect the Bengals to at least win heads up going against the Denver Broncos.
For my third NFL best bet, give me the Indianapolis Colts -7. Plain and simple, the New York Giants stink. They're pretty much tanking for the number 1 spot. That's really all they want at this point. They have nothing left to play for. I think the Colts are just going to run the ball like they did last game. Probably 40 rushing attempts. I can see 8 to 9 of them going to Anthony Richardson. It's going to be the Jonathan Taylor show. run the ball, try to get out of there safely, play good defense. The Colts defense have been trending up as well, but I like the Colts minus the 7 against the New York Giants. They are really, really bad. Really, really bad.
All right. Number 3, top best bet of the week, since we're doing 5 this week, is the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers at +9 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last time the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers played this game in overtime, game was really, really close and competitive. Chuba Hubbard fumbled, which was basically the root of the Carolina Panthers not winning that game. But the Panthers have been playing great team ball. They don't have no superstar on their offensive team, so they are straight playing as a team, as a unit, offensively, and the defense is flying around, looking phenomenal. This is a divisional game, so I feel like I definitely understand and feel like it's going to be relatively close and very, very competitive and tough. So give me the Carolina Panthers at +9 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
My next bet, I got the Detroit Lions -3.5 versus the 49ers. We all know the Lions is one of the best teams in the league, especially got the best offense in the league right now, putting up the most points. And we all see how the Niners season is going. They fucking suck. Let's just be honest. They just got beat by the Dolphins. They fucking suck. No, ain't no way around it. Definitely think Detroit gonna win by 3.5 points. So that's my third best bet.
All right. For my fourth NFL best bet, give me the Green Bay Packers. I'm buying them up +3 against the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Green Bay Packers really, really want this game. They need this game for the divisional matchup. Minnesota has been playing so impressively over the last few weeks. The defense has been stepping up with the crazy blitz packages. Sam Darnold will be getting a large contract next year for his performance this year. He was my comeback player of the year. I called it at the beginning of the season. He had all the talent in the world. He just came out really, really young out of USC. And when you come out of USC, you're a young quarterback, and then you have to play for the New York Jets. Historically, that's always been a bad situation for any young quarterbacks. But I do like the Vikings. I like them this year. That's my brother's favorite team. But I'm rolling with the Green Bay Packers +3. I think they're going to have a really, really good game plan to neutralize that Minnesota blitz package. And I'm hoping that they'll be able to force Sam Darnold into a couple of mistakes. And the Minnesota Vikings are really due for a loss. So let me go ahead and get that. Give me the Green Bay Packers +3 against the Minnesota Vikings.
All right. So those are my 3. Those are 3. Here we go. My number 4 best bet of the week on this week 17 slate is give me the Indianapolis Colts at -6 against the New York Football Giants. Now the Giants are depleted. Quarterback isn't there. They've been cycling through multiple quarterbacks. But the Indianapolis Colts have something to play for. They are still in playoff contention. They're not out of it yet. So, some other things that happen, they can be right there in the hunt, but I do expect them to go beat up on a lifeless team that isn't really showing much fight lately due to, Dan Jones being gone and just so much noise going on in the organization. So give me the Indianapolis Colts at -6 against the New York Giants.
Next, I got the Commanders -4 versus the Atlanta Falcons. Without Kirk Cousins, the Falcons put Michael Penix in there. I mean, he do look a little more elusive than Kirk, of course. Not a better passer than Kirk, but Kirk was playing like shit, so they had to put Michael Penix in. Michael Penix is still a rookie. The Commanders is piping hot. They just beat the Eagles. They got a very, very potent offense going into the playoffs. So I definitely see the Commanders beating the rookie-led Falcons by at least 4 points.
Then for my last best bet for the Week 17 NFL slate, give me the Detroit Lions heads up. Like, really, what else is there to say? To me, I think they're the best team in the NFL, from the coaching to the offensive coordinator to how much effort that they're playing on defense. I think Detroit is just having fun. They're playing free, and it shows up on the field. I put a ticket in for Jared Goff to be MVP. It's not going to hit, but Jared Goff is having an incredible season, and he's showing how important that trade was. So San Francisco, they lost me $2,000 last week. They have nothing to play for. They're out of the playoffs. They fucking suck this year. Too many injuries for them, and I should have stuck to my guns. Anytime Trent Williams is not playing, you do not want to play. You do not want to bet on the San Francisco 49ers. They're just not the same team when he's not playing. So that's going to wrap it up for me. The Detroit Lions heads up.
And my final best bet of the week, my number 5 best bet of the week, give me the Atlanta Falcons at +5 against the Washington Commanders. Penix is in the game. They're just giving him some very, very simple passes, but he can see the field very well. Throws a great deep ball. He has great receivers who are going up against a banged-up secondary, and a secondary that hasn't really shown that they can really stop too many combination of wide receivers. Lattimore is hurt. He tweaked his hamstring again this past week. So I am expecting this game to be very, very competitive. At the same time, but I'm expecting I'm expecting the Atlanta Falcons to have a strong run game with Robinson because they can't stack the box anymore. And like they got the run game, and then they have them great receivers and tight end running all across, doing crossers, and the deep ball is there too. So I'm just expecting the Atlanta Falcons to be very, very competitive and they are at the top of the playoff contentions.
And my last and final bet for week 17, I got the Ravens -5.5 versus the Houston Texans. Now this was a tough one for me because I did kind of want to go with the Houston Texans +5.5, but there's been a couple of games this season where the Texans have lost by a touchdown, and seeing how the Ravens offense is looking now, they got. I can't really trust the Houston Texans to keep it close, or to not lose by more than 5.5. So I think I like my chances with the Ravens to at least winning by a touchdown. So give me the Ravens -5.5 versus the Texans.
So to give y'all a quick breakdown on my NFL best bets, I got the Chiefs heads up going against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I got the Baltimore Ravens -4. Going against the Houston Texans. I got the Colts -7 going against the New York Giants. I got the Green Bay Packers +3 going against the Minnesota Vikings. And then I got the Detroit Lions heads up against the San Francisco 49ers.
Just to recap, I got the Chiefs heads up versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bengals heads up versus the Denver Broncos. Detroit -3.5 versus the 49ers. Commanders -4 versus the Atlanta Falcons. And last but not least, the Baltimore Ravens -5.5 versus the Houston Texans. That's it. That wraps up my best bets for the week. Man, hey, Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope y'all win some money this week. Let's get it.
That's going to do it for this special episode of the Parlay Gang, Sports Gambling Made Easy. We are not financial advisors. Please gamble at your own risk. We want to thank y'all for all the love that y'all given us over the last couple of weeks, this year and last year, as we continue to do our thing with this podcast. We just really appreciate the love and support. We wish y'all a Merry, Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. Please be safe out there. Enjoy time with your family. We'll see y'all next week at the Week 18 NFL slate, which is the last week of the regular season, and then we're going to playoff time. Hey, much love, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.